Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video, you might not see me too much, but I'm gonna kind of run through with you a day of food or a day of eating, so you can kind of understand what I do and kind of what I shop for, and you'll see how basic, I don't know if you're ready for Basic Town, but that's where we're going. So I'm gonna explain everything to you, and I'm also actually eating right now for the first time today. It's, let's see, well, it's 11:39, but I had to go get my workout in first. But if you eat breakfast first thing in the morning, do that. Do whatever works for you that day. That doesn't happen to me every day. It just happens to be today. Now, this right here is an oatmeal that I had prepped prior, like you could see. This is the only thing that's in here is this oatmeal. Not sponsored, by the way. Not that I would be right now. But oatmeal, basic, oats, old-fashioned, nothing in there. Half a cup of this. A sprinkle of chia seeds. Basic. And then what I like to do is add some cinnamon to that. And then a banana. So any old good banana. Put that in there, mix it up, set it in the fridge overnight, and you have overnight oats. They're awesome. They're good. You can do any combination of fruits, any combination of spices. Just don't add sugar or honey. That's my recommendation, but always do you. If you wanted some extra sweetness, these are great. They're dates. You can just put one in there, because if you look, I'm going to zoom in. The total sugars are 25 grams. So you don't want to OD on this or pretty much anything, but the serving size is 2 dates. What I do, if I'm putting it in my overnight oats, I do 1 date. And I like kind of tear it apart with my hands because there's a pit in there, and then put it into my oatmeal, mix that up, and that'll be like an extra little added flavor in my overnight oats that day. Okay, hold on one second. I'm going to the microwave. Okay, so, and in the microwave I have this that I happen to buy, and the only reason I actually bought this, because this is more expensive than if you bought cauliflower and broccoli, but this happened to be on, I had a coupon, buy one get one free. Not gonna lie, your girl uses coupons. And so I microwaved this, and the size of my bowl, like, is this. I mean, it's bigger than my head, really. So all I do is take these greens. And these were on sale too. Don't think I'm like this organic shopper or anything. I shop the sales, and then I also get it's from certain stores I get like a discount, so 20%. So that's what I do. So I put some greens in there, as many as I think I can handle, really. Boom. More vegetables. These are cruciferous vegetables. Just dump that in there. Whole bag. And honestly, like right here, this says it's 5 servings, and there's 20 calories per serving. So if I were to eat the whole thing, this whole thing, which really, I mean, if you think I could eat all that, I don't know. But maybe I can. But even if I did, I wouldn't be behind on my goals. I would kind of be in like good digestion town. Okay, so then I bought this. These were $1 can of beans, and then this can of beans has 3 servings, so I would actually measure out these and put it here. Right now I'm really not in the mood for beans, but I also got black beans, and I eat 3 fruits a day, whatever combination. I happen to have grapes, apples, oranges, and bananas at the moment, but any combination of fruit, just have 3 fruit a day. That's what I do, and a handful of nuts. So right now the nuts that I have are these. And literally when I say a handful, so take some out, and then just literally, this is a handful. And not like, not this, like holding on to like all these nuts. I mean, that sounds horrible. Don't hold too many nuts, okay? But basically a handful is what fits in the palm of your hand, and you can close your hand. So maybe I'll just add that in there today, since I basically manhandled those balls. I mean, those nuts. Okay, and now I'm adding some sun-dried tomatoes just because I like them, and I happen to have them when I open that door. Oh, and here's another thing I bought. Never tried these before, but they're pretty cool. They're like rainbow carrots, and the ones that I thought were really cool were like purple on the outside, and then when I cut it down the middle, it was like this orange color. Hold on one second. I think, oh, well, these are roasted already. These are pre-roasted before, but you can kind of see. I roasted them in the oven. I didn't add oil, and then I just put some hot sauce on it. I'll just throw that in there since I have 2 pieces left from the last meal prep. So this is what that's looking like right now. I'll throw this out. And then, let's see what else I can tell you. Oh, I buy an almond milk, unsweet, all the time. I don't care what flavor you get. Just make sure it's unsweetened. I don't care what brand. I don't even care if you like almond milk or not. Don't get it then. But this is what I use in my overnight oats to soak the oats. So 1/2 cup of oats and 1 cup of any milk of your choice, your preference. If you want to add sweetener, do that. But my suggestion is to get it unsweetened because any added sugar really, I don't see that it's beneficial for you. Then I made a batch amount of guacamole. So I had 2 avocados left. So I put the 2 avocados in here. I put some red onion. I put cilantro of what I had left. And then some pickled jalapeno that I happen to have. So, and you want to limit, obviously, your fats in your diet when you're trying to lose fat. But avocados are healthy for you. So, I mean, don't eat all of them, but just like, you know, maybe that's even too much, but like that, and just add that to your mix. I doubt you'll be able to eat all that at this point. Where's my lid? Okay. Other things like this just happened to be on sale. Tomatoes, easy thing. Oh, here's the other bag, the free bag. So this one has, let's see, cauliflower, carrots, broccoli, onions. What else can I tell you? I have a thing of tahini here. Tahini I sometimes add like when I make like brown rice, black beans, maybe I'll do some like plantains steamed, and then I'll add a drizzle of tahini. Focus. Why isn't it focusing? Tahini. And basically be careful with this too. It's ground up. All it is ground hulled sesame seeds, but obviously there's a high fat content, so you want to use a small amount. With any fat, you want to use a small amount. I don't care if it comes from the ground or if it comes from, you know, well, don't eat McDonald's, but I don't care where it comes from, but just make sure that even if you're eating fats like from nuts and avocados and things like that, that they're within your limits. Oh, and this is something I just happen to like at Trader Joe's. I bought it because hummus is good. Always good to make it yourself, but if you're in a pinch or you want something, hummus. This hummus was pretty good, and it was $1.99. If you actually made it yourself, which I have made hummus myself, it not only tastes better, but it's more cost effective because you could get a can of chickpeas probably for like $1, and then you have like a few items. All you need is like a clove of garlic, some fresh lemon juice, a little bit of salt, some tahini, and you don't even have to use olive oil, and it would make your hummus oil free. Hold on 1 second. Now, I also bought this probably like 2 weeks ago. I bought this at Trader Joe's. It's a falafel mix. It was $2.99, and there's 16 ounces in here. I've already made this 2 times. All you do is take like a half a cup of this mix, and then you mix it with water, let it sit for probably like 30 minutes or an hour until it expands, and then I literally just rolled it and put it on a foil lined baking sheet, didn't add any oil, and just let it bake. Followed the directions on here, and it was really good. And then I just put some tahini, like on, you know, put 3 of them on my salad, and then drizzled with tahini. So this is what we're looking like right now so far. And oh, I have one other thing to add to it. So I do already have some lentils prepared. So I know it's like, I don't know, people like it. I'm really not picky at this point with my food. So the lentils are right here. So I'm going to eat the rest of this because this had 2 servings. So this is basically lentils, quinoa, carrots, onions, blah, blah, blah. And if you have a Trader Joe's near you, this was $3.49, which, you know, is expensive for lentil soup. But when you're just rushing to get things done, you just buy it. I don't recommend, I make my own lentil soup also, but right now I'm starving, and you never want to get too hungry because like, then you have to apologize for things that you said when you're hungry, and then you eat things that you didn't want to eat and whatever. So, oh, and sweet potatoes. Always have some sweet potatoes. What I do is cut these into circles, and then I put them on a baking sheet. If you wanted to use oil, you can. It's not necessary. Like tiniest drizzle of olive oil, and then I just dust them with cinnamon. They are amazing. I'm not kidding, no exaggeration there. And that's pretty much my basic diet. Oh, wait, hold on. And then I also have like my greens that I use, quinoa and I cook them in batches, so I'll do it like one day and then I'll have enough for like 3 days. And then also this is like the brown rice I have right now that I use when I'm using it. You don't need to buy it. I mean, if you don't eat rice, you don't need to eat rice, you know? 1 second. Clearly, I'm not a professional, but so this right here on this counter is pretty much everything that I might buy, and it's definitely not on a weekly basis. The weekly basis doesn't even happen anymore because I don't even eat the way that I used to eat. I mean, it's so much better like this. And these are things, I have a head of broccoli in the fridge right now, some Brussels sprouts, and these are like produce items that I have to get through, and I have to actually eat them before I go grocery shopping again. So I don't need to go grocery shopping for now, because these were 2 for $5. So I bought these and I have 2 of them right now. So I have to get through this, and I have to get through everything here except for the dates. I don't really eat those unless I'm putting it in my overnight oatmeal, because I am still aware of like sugar and things like that, just so I'm within limits, because dates are considered a fruit. So if I'm having 3 fruits a day and I have 1 date and then 2 other fruit, I'm good. And I don't need to eat, like, nothing in excess is good for you, other than lettuce or, you know, green, like pretty much greens with no oil, salt, oil, sugar, things like that added. You could eat like greens limitlessly. I just don't think you would, because after a while you might get lockjaw. Okay, so that's everything. I'm not necessarily showing you a complete meal prep, but so I'll give you an idea. If I eat this in the morning, my overnight oats, that keeps me full. Oh, I don't snack in between meals. I make sure to try to get my fruits in. So in here would be my 1 banana, and then at my midday meal, lunch, whatever you want to call it, then I would have another fruit with my whatever food that I'm having. And then at dinner, again, I make sure that it's loaded with greens, like the bulk of it is greens and everything else. And then I'm having my grains in here because there's quinoa in here, and I put some nuts in here for texture. The carrots are in there, the broccoli and cauliflower's in there. So this together is a lot of food for like not a lot of calories, because this is a serving size bowl. Like, look at the comparison of this versus this. This is like the 4-cup Pyrex, 950 milliliters. And this is like a salad. Like, this weighs a lot. I could do some bicep curls with this, and there's no way probably I can get through this. So this probably will be split into 2 meals. This I'll most likely finish, and then this will be split into 2 meals, and I'll eat this again for dinner. So 3 meals a day, no snacking in between, no caloric beverages except water and unsweetened tea. And just make sure you don't have any what's that called, artificial sweeteners. It is very important not to have that. So you want to eliminate those things like diet sodas and stevia and things like that, because that's just my recommendation. You don't need it. Your body doesn't need it. It gets its natural, what it needs from fructose and fruit, and it doesn't really need all that other stuff, because let's be honest, I mean, anything artificially derived from a plant, I don't know if it's that good for you, but who am I to say? If you want to continue, you can continue any way you want. This is what I do, and it works for me. I hope this video helps you, especially to my 2 subscribers that asked for this. When I'm more comfortable with the camera, I'll put it near the stove and actually cook a meal that you can see instead of all this. But this is like lazy prep, and it works. So if you wanted to roast your carrots, you put it there, or cut them up and steam them. I've recently bought like green plantains and also yellow plantains, and then peeled them, cut them, and actually steamed them on top of the stove, and they were delicious. Before, I used to pan fry them with some oil, but I eliminated the calories by eliminating the oil, so I'm able to enjoy the plantain and things like that without the extra calories. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to eat before I eat the screen, and I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.